Hardeep sir, I think you can now try sharing your screen.
Thank you, Hitesh. I hope my screen is visible to you
Yeah.
and you're able to see the slides.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Hitesh. Okay, this is what we spoke just now regarding individual interaction over process tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a plan. Okay. If any time anybody asks you a question about agile, you need to go to this slide. This is the most important slide. In case any question comes in your PMP examination, try to remember this. Okay. If you are not able to answer it, go through this slide again in your mind and you will get the answer. Getting my point? Any questions on this? This is the most important slide. Any questions on this? Okay. So now I'll be going back because we'll be comparing few things with the traditional way which we were doing. And when I say traditional way, that is the waterfall way. Okay. Let me share this one. Oh. This we have spoken, it's an umbrella term, the traditional versus the agile way. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'll go one by one. Okay. If you can see this diagram on the right, okay, this is how waterfall works. And waterfall means the way water falls from the mountain, it falls like this to lower mountains, then the foothills, and then into the river on the ground. This is how from top to bottom water falls. That is why the name waterfall method or traditional method. Okay. So what happens is somebody will plan it. Okay. Then they will try to create it, then they will review and they will release. However, in agile, it doesn't happen like this. It happens in incremental, it happens in incremental and iterative way. So when I say iterative, that means we are repeating the process again and again. And iteration means sprints in Scrum. Okay. Incremental means, okay, there are two things. Incremental means giving the item in small chunks. If we have to deliver 10 items to a customer, incremental means we are delivering items one by one. So today I'm delivering one item, tomorrow I'm delivering two items, day after I'm delivering suppose 3-4 items, and so gradually I'm giving him all the 10 items. This is incremental. I'll give you one more example of this to make you understand how it is different. So this is the, I would say, mindset difference between agile as well as traditional waterfall. So I have a really good image over here on my screen. Let me share it with you. Yep. If you see this image, so I am hoping that all those people who are not on video, they are also watching the PPT slides. Okay, because this one image will tell you what is incremental, what is iterative, and what is both incremental and iterative. Agile is both incremental and iterative. There will be questions, definitely there will be questions on this incremental and iterative. So Chetna or Swati,
Yeah.
some
I'm there.
somebody mentioned about
Yeah.
incremental and iterative, now. Somebody out of you?
Are you talking about the process, what I was talking, like the
Yes.
methodology? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Somebody mentioned those keywords. Incremental, iterative. That is why I'm not getting who's the person.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Earlier, I mentioned about the incremental and iterative.
Okay. 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 So what I'll do is I'll quickly explain this in incremental. I'll start with this incremental thing. Okay. In incremental, the okay, before starting on the process, the task is to build this image of Mona Lisa. Okay. In all aspects, color, background, clothes, everything. Okay, facial expressions, hairs. So when we start with incremental, this is the way we traditionally do, like while making any sketch or something. We'll make a pencil sketch. We'll think about it. Sorry. We'll first think about it. Okay. In incremental, I'll try to make only the face first, this upper part. Okay. Then I'll see, okay, how her hands are looking like. Then I'll make this part. And simultaneously I'll be drawing with colors. Okay. Then I'll try to see, okay, what this part will look like. Then I'll try to make this part and fill with the color. So in increments, I'm making it part by part. And the second part is, the second way of making it is iterative. Iterative means I make a framework. I make a complete framework. This itself is complete. I'm saying this itself is complete. If you're going for an image which is sketched, okay, there are images which are not in black and white, they are not colored. So in that way, this itself is complete. However, in incremental, this is not complete. Okay. Then we are refining this in second iteration. Okay, we filled some colors. We had some refinements on the background also. In third, we had zero down with the selection of the colors, sketches, and other things. This is the difference of iterative and incremental. And what we are doing in Agile, we are doing both collectively. Simultaneously, we are doing that. Okay, any questions on this?
No problem, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go back. Now you understood what is incremental and iterative. Okay, so this sprints is iteration, and what is incremental is the output you are giving out of each iteration. Okay, out of every sprint, whatever small output you are giving, that is incremental. However, in traditional, what used to happen is in between there is no output coming. So you are giving this output over here out of each iteration, but here there is no output. You had planned something, then you created something, you are reviewing something, there is no output. The output will come over here 100%. The full website, like in January you started building the website, in December you will complete the website. In between there is no stage like 50% complete, 80% complete. That doesn't come over here in waterfall. You will hit the 100% mark at the end. However, in Agile, you will see how much it is built. Like after one iteration, you can say this is 20% done after so many iterations. So this will be completely built after so many iterations as per your discussion or agreement with the stakeholder. However, releasing it to the production environment, that is your understanding. That website will work in your other environments like your UAT environment or your integration environment, okay, your blue environment, whatever environment, that website is working. And today you can surely say that this website is running. However, in waterfall, you cannot say that that is working. Any questions on this? Okay, great. Okay, this one is the basic difference way we approach the agile and traditional project in terms of cost, time, and scope. So I'll quickly try to explain this to you. Okay. In case somebody wants to go ahead and explain this, he or she is most welcome, because this is the basic difference, the way you approach your stakeholders also. Okay, I'll do it for you. So on the left, what you see is a traditional way. And what is at the top of the triangle is fixed. Okay. In traditional way, your scope was fixed. When I say scope is the requirement, the task which you will be doing to deliver the product. Okay. If somebody has told you to build a house, that means all the specifications, how many stories, how many rooms, okay, where is the room, what is the width of the wall, okay, how many doors are there, how many windows, what is the height of those things, which color of the tiles, everything is fixed over here. Okay. And based on this, you are estimating the cost and time. But the cost and time is relative. Okay. So if you're saying to that person, I'll be able to deliver this house in 1 year with the cost of suppose 1 CR. Okay. Now this person tells you, okay, no, I want this to be built quickly. What you can do is increase the labor. Okay. Tell 2 or 3 teams to work parallelly and the timeline would reduce. But hiring those laborers will cost you more. So from 1 CR, the cost might go to 1.5 CR and you will be able to deliver in suppose 10 months. But there is a limit to it. Okay. There is a limit to crunch the timeline. It cannot happen that you will parallelly employ 10 teams or 20 teams and the timeline would reduce to 1 month. It's one little slow, another. There is a common saying also on this. Okay. So this you understood. However, in Agile, what happens is your time and cost, they are fixed. That means the customer has come to you and he's saying that, okay, I want to launch a digital platform, maybe a UPI platform like your Paytm or something. So he's saying that, okay, I want to launch this by 15th of March, because by 30th of March, somebody else, some competitor might be coming up with some kind of idea. I want to, like, this date is dedicated, 15th of March, I want to launch. So you have a window of roughly 4 months. Okay, this time is fixed. This is the go-to market time. Okay, these terms you will be hearing more in the company. Okay, when somebody is delivering demos or in the steerco committee or executive committee, this terms you will hear over there. Sometimes you might hear these on your certification also. So go-to market time is fixed here. The time you're gonna hit your product to the market launch. Your cost is also fixed because the finance has approved your budget of suppose 5 million. Okay, you cannot go overboard the cost. Okay. Now, what changes is your scope. And I'll explain you how your scope changes. Your customer has come to you, he's saying, okay, I want to launch this UPI platform. And in UPI platform, these are the features I want to, I want mobile recharges. I want some bill payments. I want some ticket booking. I want some other facility, maybe transport ticket and the movie ticket, those kind of things. Now, when you're developing this, you have hired a team, and like after December, you decided to focus on in December you decided to focus on one feature. In January, you've decided to focus on other feature, and simultaneously, when you're going on that, in February, you kind of came to a conclusion that okay, we will not be able to deliver all those features. You also like then again you went to a stakeholder and you kind of did some brainstorming with him. Okay, we can go to market on 15, but now this is very clear that we'll not be able to deliver all the features. So you tell me which features you want to prioritize and launch. So that person will tell you, okay, right now I can skip this movie part that is not giving me a lot of revenue. Okay. So we can go with only the ticket booking, travel ticket booking, or in travel also he can like tell you, okay, go with the air travel, okay, go with the train travel, that kind of thing. So he will reduce the scope so that the date on which you're going to launch your product is being launched. Okay, that is how the date or the time is constant. How the cost is constant is because you have hired that many resources only. Okay. In case tomorrow you feel like, okay, I need some more developer who is end-to-end developer, or I would say full stack developer, okay, that you cannot do during the project. You have to decide this before, okay, that you have a team which is fully competent, cross-functional. Okay, any questions on that? If you want more examples, that I can do. Any questions, Biswajit?
No, Hardeep.
Okay. So any wants to give some kind of examples on this from your project, because you all like you all have worked on so many projects. I know, like in your 10 to 15 years of experience, you have encountered such a situation when scope would have reduced in order to deliver the MVP. So again, one more term, MVP, minimum viable product. Okay. So MVP is that your product end to end is self-sufficient to work. When you're launching a product, suppose you have made an e-commerce website like Amazon or something. Okay. So initially your stakeholder told you to give all those features, okay, during the design or during listing of the products, the filters, the review part, and later the payments, all those payment methods. Now you're saying, okay, this we will not be able to do. This is a complete product. Give me the minimum features which I want to launch in first iteration. Okay. First go to market date. So he might say, okay, I want only these two features. I do not want any filter kind of a thing. In case you want filter, like he might say, this is filter based on cost. And later on, he might say, I want to give only one payment method, that is cost. So end to end, it is working. Although it is not giving a lot of options to the customer, but it is working. That is the minimum viable product. So any examples from you?
Hardeep, can I say, but it's not related to IT.
Yeah, sure, please.
So there was a project. I mean, before I go to maternity leave, I completed one project which was developing a new site. So I'm into
Mhm.
medicine in the sense in a chemical division. So
Mhm.
along with OPEX, I was taking care of projects. So the project which I handled last was the project wherein the whole site was a 10-acre land was developed, and the scope, but it was a traditional way. The scope
Mhm.
was, I mean, fixed. That there's a
Mhm.
manufacturing and a warehousing team with a quality department was to be constructed. and the time and cost, of course, it differed at the end.
Mhm.
So this was a project wherein the site was
Yes.
developed. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, it was a traditional way wherein the scope
Yeah.
was fixed by so and so
Mhm.
date we decided, and it has to be done. And the
Mhm.
time we took a bit time, and then it was done. Yeah, this was one.
Mhm. Good. Yeah, good. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else wants to share? Arshit? No? Okay. So I'll tell you from my current team because you wanted to know like the 6 teams which I'm handing over there. So you wanted to know like how it happens in SAFe or Scaled Agile. So like there are targets, okay, which you want to achieve next year. Okay. Based on those targets, like features, they'll tell you there are initiatives at the company level, portfolio level. So based on that, you will define your goals. Okay, this is what I wanted to deliver. My team wanted to deliver. So you will divide those and you will create a roadmap. Okay. That this feature we will deliver in Q1, quarter 1 next year. Next one we will deliver in quarter 2, third, quarter 3, fourth, quarter 4. Okay. Those timelines you will come to those timelines. Now what happens is your time and cost, because cost is what finance has approved. You cannot go overboard that. Timeline is what you have agreed. In quarter 1, I will be delivering this. These two are fixed. Quarter 1, you have to deliver something. Quarter 2, you have to deliver something. Now what happens is you have 10 items to be delivered in quarter 1. Okay, with me now, you have 10 items. So they will give you a list. Okay, you are doing, and in between you come to know, okay, sorry, we will not be able to deliver 10. We have to leave behind 1 item. 9 we will be able to give. Because your time and cost are fixed, quarter 1, you have to deliver that product. So you will go back to the stakeholders, ask him, okay, we can deliver these 9 items. 1 item you can leave behind. Like he'll give you that prioritized list and he'll say, okay, I'm happy to go with this. Okay. This is how it's going to work with Agile. In traditional, this will not work because the person will say, okay, the scope was fixed. I had given you end-to-end scope in documentation. We need to follow the scope. Okay. If you're not delivering in December, if you're not constructing the site, as Chetana mentioned, that if you're not able to complete the site construction by or plant construction by December, it might go to January or February. But you need to make sure that all the aspects of construction or setting up that site are complete end to end. You cannot miss anything over there. Okay, I'll go over this. The benefits we will discuss. So what are the benefits of Agile? Like you have seen the way waterfall works from 0 to 100, and you have seen the way Agile works from 0, 10, 20%, 50%, incrementally and iterative to 100%. What do you think? What are the benefits of Agile over waterfall? One by one. Biswajit? You are on mute.
Yeah, so like as agile is like more, I can say is incremental and iterative, right? So it's not like that whenever we start the scope, we definitely have a fixed scope earlier, but maybe during the time, as you mentioned, like it can change and we can adopt all those changes and we can then deliver what is the customer need more better than the in the traditional way, because traditional way the fixed is all the scope is already fixed, but during the time maybe the environment change, maybe some guidelines change as you mentioned, so that we can't accommodate when we delivering the product. Maybe for that we need another change request cycle and all. So that is a separate kind of a small project kind of thing. But in Agile, we can
Okay.
adopt all those in the same project timeline.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Harshit?
So what are the benefits of Agile as compared to Waterfall is that, as per the Agile Manifesto, we are open to responding to change rather than following a plan. So we are very adaptive towards how to respond to the change, as you mentioned into the prior examples. And second thing is that we get the frequent feedback from the customer as well, what we are delivering to them. So I think these two are the benefits of using Agile as compared to Waterfall.
Yes. Bang on. See, we are open to change. I agree with you. We welcome change. It doesn't necessarily mean that we will always do the change.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
whenever change comes to you, it might also happen that this Saturday you are releasing something. Okay. This Saturday you are releasing something. The code you have tested, everything you have done. Okay. So I'm talking in terms of Agile, but so in case somebody, maybe Chetna, you are not able to get, you can ask those subsequent questions also. So some code you have developed, tested, everything is ready. Now it is ready to release on Friday. What happens is customer comes back and says, okay, no. There has to be some more logic change, okay, to it. I want some maybe small changes to this. Now what happens is it's up to you. It's up to you to estimate that. So you will estimate, okay, how much time will it take to make that change? How risky it is. Okay, so we will have to again test whether the software or the product is working end to end, the application is working end to end or not. Okay. Then when you give this proposal back to the stakeholder or the customer, he will say, okay, I am happy to take this risk. Then you can go. If he says, okay, no, I am not happy to take this risk, then you will continue with release on Friday. This decision is with your stakeholder who is giving you money to perform these activities. But you will always welcome. You will never say that, okay, we initially agreed some kind of a contract, and whatever you are mentioning right now is a change, and we will not be able to perform this right now. Okay.
Got your point, Hanif.
Thank you. There is one more thing which I wanted to tell you about agile projects as compared to waterfall. So what happens is you are able to see the progress, like it is 10%, 20%, okay, which is not there in waterfall. So what
Yes.
happens with this? You are really sure that you will be able to deliver on time or not. Means in December you are supposed to release, suppose, and somewhere in September you are only 50% done. So you have taken approximately 8 to 9 months to deliver only 50%. That means you know that you will not be able to deliver 100% in December. This
Mhm.
is visible to you, but this kind of thing is not visible to you in waterfall. Okay. So you can take corrective actions. So in quarter one, you are supposed to deliver like 25% of the project. If you are at 20, you need to increase your pace. This is feedback which you are getting. By June quarter two, have you done 50%? That you can those insights you can take from the project. In waterfall, this is not visible. That is why the chances of failure of a waterfall project are more. Subsequently, like 10 to 20% chances are more for a waterfall project to fail than an agile project. Okay? This also might come in your exam. Okay. The next part, I'll go over to what Biswajit spoke, okay, about planning. So you might have heard about this adaptive planning or progressive planning. So anybody, Swati, somebody who has not spoken, Swati or Avinash?
Yeah. So,
Any idea about it? Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, Adaptive is basically like I'm not very sure, but I'm just guessing that there are projects, right, wherein we like the requirements are not very clear at the start, but maybe a base requirement is there, and basis which we kind of proceed. So maybe more like a POC kind of a thing. And then based on the outcome of those POCs, the requirements evolve over the period, and hence there are chances that, like, we may get a different requirement, or the requirement would keep on changing by the time the customer even know what they want. So that kind of probably, like,
Yeah, you are
again, I
there.
guess, yeah.
You're correct. So I'll try to explain in details. Here first, she has spoken about POC, so I'll try to explain that. So POC is a proof of concept. Okay, to anybody like who is not into IT, what happens is, if customer is saying that, okay, I want to build this kind of a system. Okay, maybe like a system where, suppose you enter your mobile number, a customer comes to you, he says that I want to build a application where customer enters his mobile number, and I'll fetch all the details related to maybe where he's staying and other things, and what products I can offer to him, those kind of things. Now what happens is, uh, somebody needs to check whether this is viable or not. Okay, this viability or feasibility, the person will submit a POC, proof of concept. He'll say for this, the mobile number is linked to his Aadhaar. Okay, so we need some kind of mechanism wherein we will go back to the Aadhaar system and we will fetch that detail from the government databases or somewhere. Okay, this is what is known the feasibility part, whether it is feasible or not. Okay, how beneficial it is, can we build it or not? Those kind of things is known as the POC concept. Okay, so now coming back to the adaptive planning. So going ahead with the same example. Okay, in adaptive planning is, if tomorrow the person comes up with a POC concept that this is possible. In adaptive planning, they will not do the complete project plan project as well as product planning from the very end. Okay, they will have phases of planning. Okay, the way we discussed waterfall and agile over here, in waterfall there is one planning at the beginning. This process starts here and it completes here. But in agile, what happens is there is planning process before each iteration. This is also known as sprint planning in Scrum. And this is what we are doing as part of our adaptive planning or incremental planning. And how do you adjust in this planning? I'll tell you. So in this iteration, okay, you had to deliver something, some product. You planned that, okay, we'll take these many inputs, items or tasks, and we will work on that and we will deliver this website. Okay? However, suppose you are able to deliver only 80% of those website features, 20% you are not able to deliver. Now in next iteration, this might be next sprint or next month, you are about to deliver this. This was the rough idea that you will work on this and you will deliver this, but you have 20% remaining from this also. This is how in this plan you will think, okay, is it important to take this 20% or is it important to work on this? This is where you will interact with the customer also, with the product owner, customer. What is more important? The prioritization, that also will happen. So you will take these items. Okay. In case you are going too fast and you are able to deliver this before that, before the deadline date. So deadline date is Friday, and you are able to deliver by suppose Tuesday. So you have 3 days. What will you do? So in planning, you have like earmark couple of stories or couple of items which you can take from the future sprint. That also you do in planning. This is the way to do incremental planning. Based, if you are over here, you're reviewing and you're saying that, or the customer is saying that, okay, I do not like this. The quality is not good. Okay. Then in this plan, you can include a task to kind of do quality check on this and enhance the quality of this, make this better. Okay. This is incremental planning or adaptive planning. You are adapting to the situation in between. Okay. Now I'll go back to this slide. So there will be too many questions in PMP exam. I'm telling you, in PMP exam, in PIMBOK 7, there will be too many questions in which the word value will come or value based.
Hardeep, sorry to interrupt. I have a query
Mhm,
regarding adaptive planning. You told that it is
mhm,
incremental in nature, right?
mhm,
So there
mhm,
is one, I'm getting confused. So there is one more
mhm,
planning as known as progressive planning.
mhm,
So how
mhm,
these are different? Because progressive is also it is not
mhm,
planned at the start of the project. That is also progressing in nature. So how these both
mhm.
are different, adaptive and progressive?
Yes. See, this is progressive. You are doing one by one. Okay. Planning, you are not doing complete planning at the beginning. This is progressive. What is adaptive is based on the feedback of the previous, you are adapting plans in between. Suppose I'll tell you. Suppose for quarter one you had to deliver some. This is quarter one, this is quarter two, this is quarter three. Okay. In quarter one, you did some planning at the beginning. Okay. And at the quarter ending, you delivered something. Okay. You delivered something. Now you will do quarter two planning and you will deliver something again. This is incremental. You are not doing all the planning at once. This is incremental. However, what is adaptive is when you are doing quarter two planning, you will review whether you have achieved 100% targets of quarter one or not.
Okay.
Okay. If suppose you have achieved only 80%, you will adapt to the situation. 20% is remaining. Whether I will take this 20% and work on them in quarter two or not. Or should I prioritize only the quarter two items and leave this 20% behind
Got it.
based on priority? This is adapting to the situation.
Okay. Got it. Got your point.
Thank you for the question. Okay. Next is this value-based analysis and decomposition. This slide is really important. Okay. Because you will have a lot of questions based on value based, something, customer value, those kind of things. So this value keyword is really important for your PMP exam, whether it is there in the question or it is there in the options. Wherever you find this keyword, most likely the answer will be that value based. Okay, this is kind of a thumb rule, but you need to understand what is the scenario. Okay, I'm giving you a hint. Okay? Wherever you have this value word, give more focus to that. Why? Because agile works based on value only, and value changes with time. Today, the customer thinks that QR, like I'll give you some feature is giving him more value. Okay, he might say, okay, uh, my like in any of the this e-commerce website, you might say, okay, today I'm getting a lot of values from the uh, this electronic items. Okay, so he will list so many electronic items. He's getting money out of it. He's getting more profit out of it. That is giving him more value. Tomorrow he might say, okay, sales of these items has reduced. Now I will focus, maybe the customer is more interested in clothing item, those kind of things. So he might change that. That mindset changes with time. Similarly, in IT also that changes. Okay, Chetna might understand that with seasonality, in fact, the sales of one pharma or the medicine increases. So during dengue season, some medicines their sales increases. Okay, it doesn't happen that the sale of a item or a feature will remain constant throughout. So the value is prioritized by the customer. Okay, and the team will deliver that value. That is why time is really important over here. The customer will say, at this time, I want you to deliver this product. I want this application running and customer using this application. Okay. Any questions on this? Okay. So to like your certification, if you think that PMP is being valued today across the globe, okay, so you will do PMP certification. Maybe 10 years down the line or 5 years down the line, there is another certification, okay, XPMP, Extreme PMP, okay, some kind of certification which this PMI comes up, and the world is more focused on that because the level of persons who are clearing it is like next level. Okay, it takes a lot of efforts and experience. Only the persons who are like 15 years experience, they can enroll in that. That means the quality will be high. So company will hire those individuals who have high experience, high quality, and that certification itself will tell the companies that this person is having that. So that certification will mean a more value to you as well as to the recruiters. Okay. With me on that? This is how value changes with time.
Which certification we are talking about? I'm sorry, sir.
No, I'm giving a random example to
It's
you.
a random example. Understood.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm giving, you can, you right now you can also see there are many this project management certification Google is giving, IBM is giving, any other university is giving, but PMP is valued most. Why it is valued most is because it's not easy for anybody to go and become this PMP certified. You need to
Agreed.
fulfill certain criteria. You need to have certain experience. You need to have certain like certain skill set. You need to go through all the stages which you have done in your previous working environment or previous projects. Then you need to know the terms into and 49 processes. Then you need to like clear that examination, and that exam costs a lot, like 50,000 plus. So only the people who are really interested, focused, keen, and understand the PM terminology will be able to clear that exam. This is a benchmark. So this means a value is there inside you, which the recruiters will be looking at. Okay. As compared to any other random certifications. Okay. So what happens in Agile, I'll take a couple of minutes. After that, we'll go for a break. What happens in Agile is the requirement will come. The customer will have certain requirements. The customer will say these 10 requirements are prioritized as per the value. So first one will give me more value. Second one gives lesser value. Third one gives even lesser value. And the 10th one is the least value item. So how we will work is we will work on the first one first, the most valuable item. And this is the task of a product owner or product manager. He or she will interact with the customer and will prioritize the backlog. This is known as prioritization. And we will only pick the items which is most valued. Okay, you will not say, okay, I can deliver this fourth item quickly in couple of days. Can I go with this item? No, this will not work. It's only the priority items. In case, suppose you are not able to work on second item, you're working on the first item, you're not able to work on the second item due to some dependency or technical constraint, then you will go back to the customer or the product owner. You will say, I cannot work on this. Can I pick the third one? This also you need to make sure that this communication is clear. You will not go ahead and take the third item on your own. This is the transparency. Okay. Okay, I think we already covered 1.5 hours. So I'll give you some time to go back, have some refreshments, tea, coffee, or in case you did not have your breakfast, then also you can grab your breakfast quickly. So 10 minutes is a good time. This is what Hitesh told me. Is it fine for you?
Yes, I think I'm okay.
Okay. Okay, now it is 10:55, 56. So we're gonna come back by 11:05. Is that fine? 11:05. Okay. Thank you. You can keep yourself mute. We'll be coming back to 11:05. Thank you. In case somebody has questions, he or she can stay back, ask me a question. I'll be happy to answer. No questions. Thank you. I hope people are back. So in case you are back, you can switch on your camera or you can react by raising your hand. Yes, I see Avinash is back. Harshit is also back. In case you don't want to switch your camera, you can react by raising your hand or giving
Yeah,
a
yeah.
thumb raise or something. Thank you. Thank you, Swati is back. Chetna, Biswajit.
Yes, Hardeep, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. So I'll start the screen share. Okay, as we have previously discussed that Agile is a mindset. Okay, am I sharing that one? You're seeing the slides now? Okay, as we have discussed that it's a mindset or methodology, and there are different frameworks under it. Scrum, Kanban, Extreme Programming, they are the framework under Agile. So we have this Agile principles. There are 12 principles, and these 12 principles come from the frameworks under it. Okay, couple of principles might be from Scrum, couple of them might be from XP, few might be from Kanban. So this is how they have agreed to these 12 principles. So we will now go over these 12 principles, followed by we will do a introduction to Scrum framework, and we will do a simulation on Scrum framework. Like while assigning the roles to you, and you will be working as a Scrum team. Okay. Now let us go on the principles one by one. Okay. So Chetna, Swati, Viswajit, Avinash, and Harshit. So do you want to go one by one on each principle? Do you want to read? Because these are self-explanatory, but in case anybody of you have any doubts, I can explain. So right now, I would request you to go one by one. If somebody can read them one by one.
Principle number one, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a few insights on the PMP examination. Okay. So there are few keywords on this. First is priority. Then satisfy the customer. Okay, this is not keyword. Priority is a keyword, early and continuous delivery. So agile is about two things. Whenever agile word comes, first is fast. You have to deliver fast. Okay. Wherever this fast or early delivery comes, that means it is agile. Second is change. You are welcoming change. So these two terms constitute agile. Okay. In your paper as a keyword. The third keyword over here is valuable software, as we discussed about value. So with PIMBOK 7, you will see a lot of value word in your question paper or in the options. The second one,
Welcome changing requirements even late in development. Agile
Mhm.
processes harness change for the customer's competitive advantage.
Yes, great. So you want to explain this? This is self-explanatory on change part, which we discussed right now. Welcoming change requirements. Okay. Even late in development, like when suppose 90% of the development is complete or testing is complete, then customer is saying, no, I want to add this feature. Okay. I want to add this QR code or some additional feature where they can give me some kind of feedback on my product, the real customer who will be using. So now you wanted to add, you will welcome this feature. You will discuss, okay, what it will take to deliver this feature. Okay. And then customer will say, okay, I am getting advantage out of it. This is valuable to me. We do this. Third one. So somebody else can also read. Avinash, Chetna, Swati, Viswajit.
Yeah, it's third one is delivery or working software frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with a preference to the shorter time scale.
Yes. So as we discussed, this is iterative.
Continuous and iterative process.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Next one.
Next one is business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. So yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
you,
like close involvement from the client and the business owners and the development team, testers, everyone in that
yes.
project.
Yes. So the customer interaction, collaboration, that point is coming over here. Okay. And when they say daily, so this point might also come in your question paper as it is. Is it true or false? Because you do not interact with the business people daily. Developers do not interact with the business people daily. Normally, this doesn't happen. I'm telling you, it doesn't happen. But this is true. How this happens is there is a daily stand-up meeting. Over there, the product owner gets those points. Okay, what are the concerns? What is the progress? Okay, and he gives feedback to the product team or the business. Normally, in some companies, the product owner itself is part of the business, or in some companies, there is a business vertical altogether. Okay, so he is the one who is not each and every developer will go and talk. So he is the face of the team to talk to the business people. This is how things happen. Yeah. The next point.
Build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is straightforward, simple. Any doubts on this?
Yeah.
So whether it is agile or non-agile, you need motivated people.
Yes.
And you need to give them the right environment and right tools to deliver the job. Next one.
Should I continue?
Yeah, please.
The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation.
Great. Thank you. So there will be questions on your PMP examination on the way of communication. Definitely it will be there. So the first most, I would say, effective method and efficient method of communication is face-to-face. Okay. The second most is after face-to-face is the way we are doing with camera on. Because we are able to interact and we are able to see. Face-to-face is physically on in a meeting room or something. Third most effective is over a phone call. Means you are not able to see, but you are able to interact. So if I'm speaking to you, you are listening to me. And if you are speaking, I'm listening to you, and then I can give you feedback on the go. Followed by email. What happens in email is you write some email, it goes to some other customer, he will read, and the communication is not spontaneous. That person will read, maybe he might read 4 hours down the lane, or maybe next day he might read and respond to you after 2 or 3 days. Okay, that is email is for getting some acceptance or getting some hard facts from the customer. Okay, that he's agreeing to something. You have some written proof of things. Email is mostly used for that. However, face-to-face communication is the fastest, most efficient, and effective method. Okay. Face-to-face is not possible in this virtual world, so consider this online meetings, Zoom meetings, WebEx meetings, and Teams meeting with camera on as equivalent to face-to-face communication, because you are also getting the expressions out of it. The body language you are able to see whether the customer is really happy or not. The next point. Swati, Avinash, somebody from you.
Yeah. So working software is primary measure of progress. Agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely.
Stop. Yes, stop here. So first point number 7, working software is primary measure of progress. You agree with this one? There is no ambiguity in this. When we are demoing with the customer in the review, he should see the software working. Okay. It doesn't matter how much you show him that we are working on this. He wants to see the things working. It means that. Okay. Second point, agile processes promote sustainable development. What does this sustainable word mean over here? Okay, I'll tell you. Yeah, Harshit.
Continuous or enough.
Yeah, so what happens is, suppose you are really motivated, okay, and you want to deliver certain product. Your team leader, okay, sponsors, business people, stakeholders, they have really given you all the facilities and shown the confidence in you. People are motivated, they are working late in the evening also. Okay, and in sprint 1, they have shown a lot of progress. Sprint 2, they are also stretching again till late in the night. The progress is really good. But is this sustainable? No, they cannot do it maybe 6 months like this. They might do a month, they might do a couple of sprints or like this, but they will not be able to sustain this pace. People will start to have mental as well as physical fatigue. So what you want to do is get that pace correct, which is sustainable, okay, and continuous. Okay, and we want to promote that. It's the way we are driving. Suppose on the highway we are driving our vehicle. Okay, we can press the accelerator pedal fully, and the vehicle might go at 150 kilometers. Okay, but that is not sustainable, because we might be ending up with an accident over there. What is sustainable might be different for different teams. For me, maybe 80 km/h is a good speed, sustainable. Maybe somebody else can sustain 60. Some other person might be able to sustain 80. It depends on the environment. The environment means the road environment, the vehicle environment. Here also, the environment in which the team is working. The software which they are developing, how complex is that? Okay, how mature is the team? Okay? They might be having experience of suppose 7-8 years, or might be having low experience of 2 to 3 years. How mature they are, how motivated they are. Okay, next point.
Next point is continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility.
Yes. Any questions on this? Next one.
To simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work done is essential.
No. Amount of work not done.
Yeah. Amount of
I'll
work
come
not
back to
done.
this. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a little confusing, but I'll come back to this. You can go to the next one. the best architectures.
So the best architect requirements and designs emerge from self-organizing teams.
Okay, any questions on this one? So there is a word self-organizing team.
Right. So self-organizing team would be a team who would who would know what is the outcome which is expected uh, out of the requirement, right? What needs to be done, and they also take the ownership of the things rather than somebody driving them. And then that's where it is said that it is best architectural requirement design emerges, because it will be a collaboration between, let's say, if we talk about a software development, so right from the tech lead or the developers or the testers or the BAs within the team, together they would work towards getting the right outcome or a working software as expected by the stakeholder.
Yes, that's correct. So nobody is telling them how to do that work and who will do that work. If we are the team over here and some task is coming, we will discuss in between amongst us. We will say, okay, this I'm happy with this part. I will take this task. Harshit will say, I'll take that part. So we are discussing amongst the team and we are deciding. Nobody else from outside is telling us to take this part. Okay, and how to deliver this. Okay, what the people outside, the stakeholders, they are telling us that we need this item, this product by this time. So they are giving us, suppose, a 2-month window to us to develop this product. But in between, they will not come and tell us, okay, Pradeep, go and do this part first. Harshit, you go and develop the UI. Okay, Avinash, you go and do the database part. So nobody will tell us. We among ourselves will discuss and decide. This is self-organizing. The last point.
At regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more efficient, more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly.
So what happens is at the end of each iteration, there is a retrospective. Retrospective means, the English word means that we are looking inside ourselves and we are seeing like what I have done right, what I can improve upon. So similarly, team also looks at what we did wrong or what we need to improve and what were the good things which we need to carry on. Then adjust their way of working. So here, point number 10, simplicity is the art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. So anybody wants to throw any light on this, because it looks like a bit confusing at the beginning. And any thoughts on this? Or should I go and explain this one?
Simplicity would mean that to take the minimum possible MVP, we call it, right? To deliver, so that like on top of that, the other things incrementally can be built over the period.
But what does this mean? Maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. He's saying it is essential. Yes. Amount of work not done means you are not doing something, and that means it is simple.
No, not like that. Sorry, what it is? The art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. So amount of work is irrespective, right? I mean, that is not. So I think how I would read this as is the art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. Yeah. So basically, how much is left? So like we call it, right? A burn down chart. So for example, once I have covered 2 sprints, for example, then we need to go back and see how much work is remaining, right?
You somewhere
So,
there. Yeah.
Hardeep,
Your first point was more value. Yeah, Vishwajit.
So Hardeep, I think so. Suppose in a sprint we have we need to achieve something 100%, but maybe we are done with only 80%. So that remaining 20% that we have not done, maybe that 20% is due to that requirement is not very much clear, or it's not that much simple, or like that.
No. So, yeah, thank you for giving your inputs, but I'll tell you. So you might have heard about Pareto principle, 80-20 rule,
Yeah.
that says that 20% of the items give 80% impact. Okay? You might have heard about this. Okay, if you have not, then you can go and read. So a good example would be that if a shop is selling 10 items, okay, if a shop is selling 10 items, then his 80% profit is coming only from 2 items on which he's having the more margins. Rest 8 items, like your local shop, he might be selling milk, he might be selling bread items, he might be selling some other confectionery items like ice cream or something. Okay, dry fruits also. So on dry fruits, his margin would be very high. Okay, he might sell one packet of dry fruits and he might sell all his milk packets or bread packets in a day, but the margin from the dry fruits would be more. Similarly, that 20% gives you maximum output. So here it is saying maximize the art of work not done is essential. So this not done is the 80%. You need not to focus on that. Okay, you focus on the 20% which is giving you the value, and that 20%, as Swati said in her first line, in her first line, is the MVP part. Okay, and in simple terms, I'll give you an example of a building. Suppose if somebody is telling you to construct a house, okay, that person has given you a lot of specifications like 3-story, so many rooms, so many windows, and so many things, features, attachments, installations in between, and maybe the wooden lining, whatnot. Okay, the painting, tiles, everything. So here you will not focus each of the items. What you will do is you will only focus on the core part of it. That okay, I'll be able, for me to construct that house, it's really important to focus on the structure. Okay, this is 3-story building, how many pillars, those kind of things, how many walls, bricks, those kind of things. The other part we might be able to perform the other part or take up the other part later, but today, right now, maximum value for me is this. Interiors are not important for me right now at this stage. Similarly, in an IT project, end-to-end project should work as we had discussed previously. Like customer should be able to select an item, add it to the cart, and do a payment. Even if payment is not working, they do not have an online payment system, they can choose COD. That will also help the customer to order something only. Okay. Any doubts on this? Okay, great. Thank you. So I'll go over this slide because this one is really important for you to understand the way planning works in Agile. Okay? There are levels of planning. Okay, from higher level we go to a lower level. Higher level means there's a broad planning. You do not give attention to the details, but when you narrow it down, you will give attention to the details. So first one is the product vision. Why we are delivering or why we are building this product, what value we are getting out of this product. This is the question which business people will answer you. Your stakeholders will answer you. Okay. If you have any doubt on this, you can come back to me, stop me in between, But when you are, or when your stakeholders is on a meeting and they are kind of answering you, there is no timeline on this. They want to know what this product will do, who will use this product, why this product is important, when. Here is a timeline, but this is a broad timeline. They will not mention this month, that month. They might say in year, this year, that year, next year. What are the constraints when we are developing this? Okay. And what are the assumptions? This assumption is really important. Okay. There might be some assumptions which are incorrect. So today, that person, like for whom we are delivering this product or manufacturing this product or kind of building it, that person might be assuming that tomorrow government will scrap this UPI or they will come up with some other interface. So he is telling us to build that kind of interface. That is his assumption. But if that doesn't happen, then the product is useless. It has no value. Second level of planning is release. So here you will come with the dates. And when you are doing this release or product roadmap planning, the roadmap is generally for a year. So in a year, you will say that quarter one, I'll deliver this, quarter two, I'll deliver this, quarter three, I'll deliver this, quarter four, I'll deliver this, but you will not mention the specific date. That on 15th of March, I'll deliver this, or maybe on 25th of June, I'll deliver this. You will not mention a specific date. So date might vary a week or so. Okay. But what will you deliver? That feature will remain constant. You will say that I will make the interface of the website in first week. Second, you will say, okay, I'll construct the database. Okay. Third, you might say I'll list all the features. Fourth, you will say I'll build the payment gateway. Okay. In quarter one, I'll do this, quarter two, I'll do this, quarter three, I'll do this, or in sprint one, I'll do this, sprint two, I'll do this. Some kind of roadmap you will make. This again a roadmap, and this has to be agreed with the customer. Third is release planning. So here you will come back to the depth of your sprint planning or iteration. Okay. So in iteration wise, you will see, okay, now I have this much capacity, 8 people, I'll be, and these many stories, tasks. So how much time will it take? I'll go back to that person. I'll say, okay, prioritize this thing. Okay. Now you will be able to suggest the customer that with this team size, I'll take 1 year. If you increase the team size by 2 more people, we will take 10 months. At this level, you will be able to decide. With me? But again, if you're increasing the team size, again, the cost will go up. Now in iteration planning, this is the sprint planning which you do before each sprint. Before starting of the sprint, you do iteration planning or sprint planning. In this, what do you decide? The stories or the tasks which you will be working. You will choose based on the product owner's decision that and the team decision that these are the prioritized items. We will work on this. You will agree on the definition of done, level of effort and commitment. Definition of done. You're agreeing to me that if I deliver these points mentioned in the story, this will be considered as done. If I have done so many things and this is acceptable, then this is considered as done. And the last, but I would say this is equally important, is the daily planning. So this is nothing but your daily stand-up. So you're daily reviewing your task, what team has done and what we can do today, what we did yesterday, what is there which is blocking us, how we can remove the blockers. Then we can progress. Any questions on this slide? Okay, I'll go back. Here's, as we have discussed in this slide, in the product roadmap, this is how you're going to make product roadmap. This is how it looks. Actually, it looks like this. Quarter 1, I'll be delivering this, Quarter 2, Quarter 3, and in between you see this colored item now. So these colored items are known as milestones. So you have a milestone review meetings over there. Okay, are you able to, have you delivered or not? Those kind of things, how much you have delivered. This is how things happen. But they will not kind of, this is again high level planning tool something. So they will not ask much of the questions, and this is not expected out of you at this level. However, you need to know what other people are doing and from where the input will come to you. Then this is release planning. This might look similar to that. This might look similar to that, but there is a difference. So when you are releasing the item to the market, when are you releasing? That the date will be decided over here. See on the milestones. Both are almost the same thing, but over there release time or date is not fixed. Over here you are fixing the release date as well as the features. Exact features. Any questions? Now this is iterative. In each sprint, what you are doing, you have broken down the requirements into features, into stories, and then you are saying that, okay, I'll be able to pick up this item in this sprint on a granular way. Okay, that was broad at roadmap level, then release level. Now this is sprint level or iteration level. Okay. Any questions? So you might see a question, an odd question on sprint 0, and there is one sprint H. If you go through PMBOK, you will see sprint H and sprint 0 mentioned. This is how things happen. So sprint 0 is when you plan things, broadly plan what features we want, stakeholders will tell you. But what sprint H is, like, it is not there. I'll tell you what sprint H is. So sprint H is when you have done everything. You have developed the product. It's a complete code in itself. You have tested that code, and now you are ready to release that. Okay. Suppose today is Sunday, you are planning to release the code on next Friday. You have 5 days. Now, in that 5 days, you are kind of stabilizing the code. You are not doing any addition to the code. You are not disturbing the code. That is sprint H, the code freeze period kind of thing. Nobody says that it is sprint H. Everybody says that it is the code freeze period. With me? Any doubts? Avinash, Chetna, Swati?
Yeah, all good so far.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll introduce Scrum to you, but I know that you already know what is Scrum. I'll go back because the slides are a little bit jumbled up. So we have rules and no, we have different roles. Yeah. So we primarily have only 3 roles in Scrum. So that slide is somehow missing over there. But we have 3 roles, only 3 roles. There is no 4th role. From exam perspective, if somebody is saying is a BA or something, tech architect or something, there is no BA or tech architect in Scrum team. There are only 3 roles. First is product owner. Product owner is the one, and all 3 of them make together a Scrum team: product owner, Scrum master, and developer or development team. That's it. There is no tech lead, there is no BA, there is no architect. Okay, or there is no SRE engineer or something. So here product owner is the one who has the power to prioritize the feature, who will say, okay, we have to work on this feature first. We have to work on this. This is the priority. This is how we're going to release the items. So he is the most important person in terms of taking decisions on the product which we are developing. But this person is not doing on his or her whims and fancies. This person is getting inputs from stakeholders, the business people or the market. So they are telling this person, we want this item. So there might be 4 or 5 stakeholders. Each stakeholder might be saying, okay, this is important, this is important, this is important. He'll go on some meeting with them, and this person will, after agreeing with all the stakeholders, will prioritize the feature list. With me? Okay, suppose we are building that house. In that house, one person will say, okay, kitchen is more important. Somebody would say this room is more important. Finish this room with tiling and all sort of colors and something interiors. Somebody would say, no, kitchen is more important. I want cabinets in kitchen. Third person would say, no, washroom is more important. Fourth person would say, no, my veranda is more important. So he will go on that meeting. He'll say, okay, this is the priority list. We'll first finish the kitchen as per the agreement with the stakeholders. Now the team will work on kitchen. Then second priority might be washroom. Then they will work on washroom. This is how the product owner prioritizes. So he has the vision, what we're gonna make, okay? How it is delivering value to the customer, and he will do what is known as the prioritization. He will do this prioritization. Okay. Now, suppose you are in a team environment, Scrum team, and there is some item which is not prioritized by this person. I'm saying this is not prioritized. But you think that, okay, I know this item, this is a low-hanging fruit. I can go pick this up and deliver in 2 days. That is against the agile values. Okay, that is against, you need to interact with him in case you are not picking up something which is not prioritized by this person. Okay, next, this is one person. Okay, second person is this drummer, or the person who is syncing everybody with the rhythm. Okay, this person is known as Scrum Master, and this person is almost equivalent to a project manager. Okay, in a traditional way. In some companies, they do not call this person as Scrum Master, they call it Agile Project Manager. So this person is syncing everybody. Okay, he's facilitating all the meetings where decisions are taken. Okay, including the daily Scrum, all the planning meetings, other meetings, review, the retrospective. So this person is syncing. Okay, it's clearing the impediments and the blocker. So suppose the team is facing some challenge, technical challenge, that they are not able to get access to something, or they are not able to deliver something because some feature is not working, maybe network access is not working. So this person is not an expert to fix that network issue. But what this person will do, this person will open a door so that the network issue goes to the team who is responsible to work on this, and he or she will do it proactively. Means that next sprint, which is supposed starting from December 10th. So team is having a blocker right now that there is some network issue. So this person today, well in advance, will shoot an email that, okay, we are having some issue due to which we will not be able to work on this. And he will highlight to everybody that that issue gets resolved so that team can continuously work over it. This is how he or she is removing the impediments or the blockers. With me on this? But you cannot blame this person. Okay, we are having blocker, you have not resolved that blocker. This person will make full efforts so that right person is available at the right time to resolve the impediments. But if it is out of hands of everybody due to uncertain environment, that you cannot blame this person that this is not resolved. Then this person is a protector of the team. This is really important. Okay. Tomorrow, the business people, any stakeholder cannot come directly and tell developer, okay, this feature is not working. What are you doing? You have not worked. This is not the way we told you to work. Okay? This person has to come through product owner or scrum master. Okay, the scrum master will defend the team. In case, suppose the output of the team is slightly less. And maybe, sorry to point out, but it's an example. So suppose Avinash was busy with some family thing or some personal issue. So Avinash output was little bit less. We all are developers in the team. So that Scrum Master will never say that this sprint's output is less because of Avinash. He will not do pinpointing of the person because it's a team. With me? The next is assist PO. Assisting the PO in meetings, in prioritizing things, in areas where decision is not coming. Aligning the team and the PO. That is his job. Agile coach and mentor. There are few things like, because I'm trained on this, I have been doing this a lot. So coaching, mentoring, and training, these are three different things. So whenever this person feels like the team needs a coach to improve the performance, okay, then at that moment, this person will do it. And this is a continuous process. The team might not tell him that we need this, but by the data of the team, by the unsaid communication of the team during the meetings, this person needs to realize that what is happening in the team, how is the confidence level, how is the motivation, and that person will do coaching or mentoring of the people as required. And last is Scrum processes. This person needs to ensure that whatever the Scrum processes are there, we are meticulously following those. We are not skipping those, or whatever time box events are there. If that meeting is meant for half an hour or 1 hour or 15 minutes, he's making sure that we are delivering on time. That 15-minute meeting cannot run for like 1 hour. This is the responsibility of this person. And he has full power to do that over Scrum processes. So we have covered PO, we have covered Scrum Master. The third is everybody else, development team. So this covers everybody, whether it's the developers, the tech lead, the BA, or any other person like architect or the testing team. Okay. Any doubt over here?
Hardeep, just wanted to understand who will report to whom. Like Scrum Master will report to PO because he is assisting, or the development team is reporting to the Scrum Master because he is managing the team. So just wanted to understand how the reporting thing will happen here.
Okay. Any other question on this? We have Vishal. Hi, Vishal.
I have one query, Hadip.
Yes.
So when we go back to the Scrum Master roles and responsibilities slide, so many of the things are also taken care by the project manager. Like he acts as the protector. He is the one who helped the team
Mhm.
with the challenges and all. So what is the
Mhm.
basic difference between a Scrum Master and a project manager? Because I have been asked
Okay,
this
I will
query
include
in an interview,
that.
and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know whether I was able to answer that or not. I just wanted to
okay.
have the basic difference between
Yeah,
these.
yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. It's a very basic question. Yeah. People, not basic, but frequent question. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other question? So first was the reporting question and second is the difference. Okay. So I told you previously that this Scrum Master is also termed as Agile Project Manager in most of the companies, IT companies. So the difference comes in the terms. Okay. Scrum Master is only in Agile Scrum framework, whereas Project Manager is there in traditional waterfall or hybrid model also. Okay. This is the terminology difference. However, the actual difference lies in the power. Okay, what happens is when you are working in a Scrum framework, you have product owner, you have Scrum Master, and you the development team. But what might happen in a traditional or a hybrid kind of a model that there is no PO. You have only this product manager or project manager. Sorry, my bad. Project manager. You will have product manager, you will have project manager, and you will have team. Okay. So there what happens is the project manager has more powers. If you see over here, it is not mentioned that this person will be doing costing also, this person will be doing hiring also, this person will be responsible for other parts. But project manager has to take care of cost as well. Okay.
He is the one
This
who
is
has
the
more power as compared to the Scrum Master.
yes, and that comes in more hybrid environment. Scrum Master is more agile environment. Scrum framework. You heard this term, Scrum framework.
Yes.
Yes. Over there, that person is more empowered. However, that is hybrid framework. Getting my point? So
Yes.
they will take few more output from you if you are taken as a product manager. Oh, sorry, project manager. So, and in addition to these things, you will also be doing some other things.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Second question was the reporting. Who will report to whom? So what happens is reporting depends on company to company. It is not straightforward that a Scrum Master will report to product owner or somebody will report to other. It depends on the company structure. But what is clear is that in development team, you will have a lead developer. Okay. You will have a lead developer and the junior developers will report to the lead dev. This happens in every company, but not all of them, because somebody from this team might be a hired developer or a lone resource. Okay, in your company, it might happen that there are 8 developers in this team. Out of those 8 developers, 4 are full-time employees, including your tech lead, and 4 are hired resources, maybe on contract from TCS for 1 year duration or 6-month duration or something like that. So this happens with all the organization, mostly all the organization. Now, coming back to the hierarchy of Scrum Master and Product Owner. So mostly what happens is the product owner here, the product owner reports to somebody who is from business, because he or she will take requirements from the business. Getting my point? So he needs to know the product very well. He needs to know what is required to get the revenue, where my boss or where the business people are getting revenue. So they are prioritizing this feature. So this person listens to those, synchronizes those, Okay, this person reports to the business hierarchy. In some organization, they might have business separate and product separate. Then do not get confused. This person will report to a higher person, like who is sitting higher in the product hierarchy, and that person in the product hierarchy who is higher up, that person will report to business. Ultimately, product will report to business from revenue, from where revenue is coming. Understood?
Right.
Now coming back to Scrum Master, what happens is Scrum Master can report to product as well as tech. When I say tech, means the development team. The tech lead, this person can report to tech lead, or he or she can report to the product as well. It depends who has hired him. So if that person is getting his pay from product hierarchy, then his reporting manager will be from product. It might be product manager or product manager's manager. If this person is getting his monthly salary from, they call it pay center or something, from tech hierarchy, then the tech lead or maybe manager of tech lead, that will be his reporting hierarchy. Okay. And there comes third type of organization, okay, like the KPMG and other, because I have also done sessions with KPMG. What happens over there is they make a PMO. Okay. When they make PMO, Scrum Masters are part of PMO, or project managers, are part of PMO. So they will report to leaders in PMO. Dev is different. Dev or technical team is different, and product is different. Business is different. So they have central PMO. Ultimately, somebody higher up in PMO, they report to business people. Understanding my point?
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So we had discussed about self-organizing. Okay. We have self-organizing, we discussed now that team will be discussing themselves and taking the task. Nobody else from outside will be telling them, okay, what to do, when to do, how to do. Sorry, missed this slide. Yes. Cross-functional. This is another point which people also write in their JDs or in their resumes. And this also comes up like frequently in the question bank also, question paper. What do you mean by cross-functional? Any insights on this?
I,
Yes,
yeah,
Vishal.
Vishal here. You called my name. I was able to reply that time. Yeah, according to me, cross-functional depends on multiple, like technology-oriented or tools-oriented, skill-oriented, different type of people will be working in that.
Uh-huh.
So on the various functional basis, it can be utilized from a single team itself. So managing
Okay.
those activities is considered to be cross-functional.
Okay. So there are two aspects, like what you have mentioned is correct. Okay. If you go at individual level, personal level, then we say this person is a front-end developer, this is a back-end, and this is a full stack developer. Okay. So the full stack is basically a cross-functional person. Okay. Understanding this part? However, when we say the word cross-functional in terms of team, agile team, what happens is the team collectively has all the skills which are required to develop the product. That does not mean that a developer needs to know everything, including testing. That this person will do some development, then this person will do some testing, this person needs to do end-to-end everything. No. But what is required is that if we are developing some UI and we are UI interface and we are clubbing it with syncing it with some database, and then also we have to test something, then we need to have persons in our team who will do everything. We need not to look outside for this. Okay, this is cross-functional. Team is cross-functional.
Okay.
Getting my point?
Yeah.
This is how it is word over here. Without depending on others. Self-sufficient they are to perform that activity. And this is different from self-organizing. Self-organizing is team is picking the task. Team is deciding what they need to do. The tasks are assigned, like a list of 10 tasks are assigned by PO to the team. Okay, you complete this. Now team is deciding that Harshit will do this, Avinash will do this, Chetna will do this, Hardeep will do this. And this is how we're going to do. Okay, clear? Any doubts over here?
No.
Okay. Okay, great. So I'll go back. I'll explain you the setup of a Scrum framework. Then what we will do is we will do a simulation. We'll take a small break and after that we'll do a simulation. So in next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll explain you what Scrum framework is. I'll assign those roles to you and then we will do simulation. Okay. And whatever is there after that 10-15 minute simulation, whatever doubts you have, you can come back to me. Okay. This way we will kind of make our understanding concrete. So I'm giving you the concept. Tomorrow there will be situation-based reaction. So situation-based questions. Okay, where you will be answering in PMP exams. There will be very less questions, like 8 to 10 questions are straightforward. All other questions are situation-based. So when you put yourself into those shoes, into those roles, then only you will be able to answer. So here, in case you require more simulation, we can do more simulation based on the time left. So this slide, okay, they are only focusing on the Scrum framework. So this is the definition of Scrum by book. Okay, Scrum is a simple, lightweight framework that helps people, teams, organization to generate value through adaptive solutions for complex problems. Okay. So they have also highlighted lightweight framework. So I'll explain you. This lightweight framework means that this is adjustable. There are no hard rules over there that you need to do this like this only. Okay. In case you deviate, this is not considered. Okay. So little bit deviation can be there as according to the team. So as an example, you take cricket field. So in cricket field, they have set certain rules that this is the pitch. There will be boundary. Okay, there are 3 stumps here, 3 stumps there, inner circle, outer circle. Now it's up to you. The outer boundary you can make 60 meters, 70 meters. There is slight bit of negotiation on the things which you can do. Okay, adjustments that you can do. Everything is not fixed over there. Now, what it does is framework that helps people, teams, and organization generate value. It is helping us, people, teams, and organization to generate value through adaptive solutions and for complex problems. So the problem which are given by the business people to develop something, they are known as complex problem. Okay. Why the term complex? I'll explain you this later, because in case this was simple Anybody could have done with any framework. You do not need any specific framework for this. Okay. Second is adaptive solutions. This is the adaptive planning which we did. Iterative and based on the feedback from the previous sprint. This is how we are adapting to the situations. Getting my point? Any questions on this?
No. No.
Okay. So these are the pillars of Scrum. There are 3 pillars. And this is the kind of thinking or the belief on which the Scrum is based. Okay. In case you find this keyword pillar, that means there are 3 things which will be mentioned over there. Okay. This is a straightforward question. If you know the answer, you will get 1 mark. If you do not know, like, you will lose it. So in case somebody asks 3 pillars, this is based on transparency, inspection, and adaptation. So transparency comes from your communication. Whatever you are doing, wherever you are giving feedback. In case you want to pick something, you are asking that person, you are interacting with him, and this person is giving you tasks. There is transparency. Okay, face-to-face communication, that transparency is there. Second is inspection. This is the review part. Okay, that person, business people, they will review whatever software you have made. They're inspecting after each iteration. They're inspecting, have you done a good job, or do we need improvements with this product? Okay, getting my point? So after every iteration, there is inspection, which is aligned with the transparency again, because you are showing the product to them. So the transparency and the trust also increases. The third is adaptation. So after, suppose, inspection, the people say, okay, this is working, but this is not the way we wanted this to work. Okay, there are few glitches. We want you to adapt this. Okay, or they might say that, okay, we want to enhance this feature. There is a change which we wanted to do. Whatever you have done is good, but now the stakeholder wants this to change a little bit. Now the team has to adapt to that. This is the third pillar. I'll go back to this slide, and there will be a lot of questions in terms of Scrum on this slide. So they'll be asking about artifacts, they'll be asking about events, they'll be asking about accountabilities. So whatever roles I have previously told you, those are the accountabilities. Means the persons or the team which are working in that framework. So first was the product owner, second was the Scrum Master, and third was the developers. Now coming back to the artifacts. Artifacts means something which is there with you, like some list or some diary or some hard thing which you can share with somebody. Okay. If tomorrow your manager asks you that you give me a feedback on what all items you have worked, so you will make a list and share it with that person. But that is a artifact. But if your manager says how you are feeling, so you can describe your feeling, but feeling is not an artifact. You cannot share that list of the feeling. So here there are 3 hard artifacts in Scrum. First is your product backlog. So this product backlog is the list which the product owner has made, that these are the items which we need to build. Okay, these are the features which we need to build. So this feature list is nothing but the product backlog. Complete feature list of the product is your product backlog. Second is the sprint backlog. So you had 100 items in product backlog. Out of those 100 items, you have decided that in the next sprint, you will be picking up 10 items. Okay. only 10 items we have prioritized and we'll be picking in the coming sprint. So this 10 items is the sprint backlog. You getting my point? And the third increment, this is also known as deliverable. This is the output or the item which you have made after every iteration. So you have picked these 10 items. Out of these 10 items, you made a little interface of the website. So this interface is your increment. In next sprint, you pick up next 10 items and you add some payment gateway to this interface. So this payment gateway becomes increment to the next iteration. Okay, getting my point? These are the artifacts. So there are 3 artifacts. There are 3 accountables. Accountables are the people who are accountable for their actions. And there are 5 events. So normally in interviews also, people might ask you what are the events in a Scrum. As a thumb rule, there are 5 fingers, 5 events. Sprint itself is an event. So it might be 1 week to a month duration. They have time boxed this 1 week to a month duration. There is a sprint planning exercise. Okay. In this sprint planning, we are deciding what all items we will pick in the sprint. Okay. This is the sprint planning. We are picking these items, deciding. There is a daily scrum or daily stand-up. This is the 15-minute item which we do in every company, like every organization. There is review and retro. So in sprint review and retro, they both happen once at the end of the sprint. So if you have a 2-week sprint, this review and retrospective will happen once in a sprint at the end of 2 weeks. So in review, we are reviewing the product. The business stakeholder, the product owner will say, okay, this website is looking good. This is working fine. Working software is good. Application is good. They are talking about the application. In retrospective, business people will not be there. Only core team will be there. The developers, the scrum master, and product owner. That's it. Nobody else from outside will be there. And they will be talking what went well for us. They might say, okay, we have a good coordination, but we are lacking certain skills. Maybe some Java skills are required. So this person needs to undergo some kind of training. Or they might say, okay, we are doing too many meetings. Okay. Instead of meeting, we can do some kind of email or some SharePoint tool where we will be sharing our ideas and we'll be picking up. Some kind of understanding might come over here. Okay, that this person needs to, or like whatever enhancement or betterment in the process of working they want to improve, they can discuss in this. Okay, getting my point? This is not related to the product, but this is related to their own way of working so as to build the product more quickly and in a better way. So this is how it works with the artifact. You have a complete product backlog. You build a sprint backlog out of it. And then after going through sprint here, you deliver a product. Similarly, this is showing you the way timely the activities are performed. So you have this product backlog. This complete is the product backlog. Okay. And this is the sprint. You wanted to start the sprint. Now you will do sprint planning. And in sprint planning, you will focus only on these items, which we need to pick in order to put it into the sprint. You will forget about these items, which are there for the future sprints. You will only pick the prioritized items from here. So suppose this product you have to make in 6 months, and in your sprint for next 2 weeks, you can take only 3 items. So from here, you will only take 3 items, and you will forget about the later part. Like in 3rd, 4th, 5th month, what we're gonna work. You will only prioritize these items. You will see whether you have all the requirements, all the tools, logins, everything to work on this. This is what we delivered. Yes, already discussed. And activities. Yeah. Okay, what we can do is we can take a break over here. Okay, we can take a break, and you can decide what role you want to perform after we come back from break. Individually, you can decide whether you want to be a product owner, whether you want to be a scrum master, or you want to be a team member or developer. Then we'll play the simulation game, and we'll see what happens. I'll give you a scenario to build something. Okay.
So how many roles do we have? Because we are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us.
Yes, yes. We have only 3 roles. Okay. There might be multiple developers. Okay. There will be only one product owner. There will be only one scrum master. And this question also comes in exam. How many product owners are there in your team? So there is only one product owner. Okay. And there is only one scrum master for one team. But they might be shared with other teams. Means one scrum master can help 2 teams, one product owner can help 2 teams. But for one team, there cannot be 2 product owners or 2 scrum masters. This question will definitely come. Okay, somehow they will change the scenario and this will come. So you can decide whether you want to be a scrum master, you want to be a product owner, or you just want to be a developer, because we can play this simulation game twice if time permits. Okay. I will elaborate a little bit on sprint planning here before giving you an item. In sprint planning, you need to decide, okay, what items we need to take. You need to decide what items we need to take, what is our team capacity. Okay, we are suppose 4 developers, we can do this many items, or we can only take, suppose because we are 4, we can only take 4 items in the coming sprint. 5th item we cannot deliver. That kind of thing you will decide, and you will say these are the 4 items which we will take on priority. This is what you need to decide. Okay, and that should sync with your sprint goal. So whatever we are doing, everything has a goal. In our career, we also have a goal. In project, we also have a goal. In sprint also has a goal. And there is a very important question which comes to the sprint. Okay, this question all. Yes, Piyush? Piyush? Sorry. So there is a very important question which comes to sprint. Okay, that you are in between a sprint, and somehow your product owner or business people have told you to abandon it. Okay, they are telling you to close the sprint. That cannot happen. Once the sprint has started, it will finish. The only way the sprint can be abandoned is that the sprint goal is no longer valid. Okay, this can also happen. Suppose you were working there in 2020, okay, and you were working on some platform which will give delivery to the customer, door-to-door delivery. Okay, you're delivering something, but in between COVID came and there was lockdown. So this door-to-door delivery will not happen, because your business stakeholder also know there is no point. There will be lockdown now. So this sprint goal is now obsolete. So you will again discuss with business person. They'll say, okay, now this is not required because the goal of the sprint is not like there. this doesn't make value for us because door-to-door delivery government has banned. So that is how sprint can end in between, but in no other case it can end. Okay, so this is clear with you now. So who wants to do what? Can you tell me? Who wants to be PO, product owner, who will talk to stakeholders and get the requirements? Should I assign? Try to be self-organizing. Take the rule by your own. Okay, Swati, I'll assign you this product owner.
Okay, all
Okay. Huh?
yeah, should be fine.
Yeah, I know, like everybody in this meeting is capable of doing all the roles. Okay. And you need to have this kind of thinking. In exam, every question you can solve because it's the mindset. Okay. Second is the Scrum Master. Who wants to be the Scrum Master?
Yeah, let me. Vishal.
Okay, Vishal, you will be Scrum Master. You try to speak loudly because sometimes your voice is slightly on the lower side. Okay. And the remaining will be Viswajit, Avinash, and Harshit. You will be developer. Okay. There is no BA, there is no lead developer here. You are a team member at each level right now. So the scenario for you is this. You need to build this e-commerce website just like Amazon or Flipkart. Okay. I'm giving you a straightforward example because we are frequently using this. Okay. So you will be able to collect what happens over there. So these are the features which I have given to Swati. So right now only Swati is communicating with me. So I've told Swati I want a product in suppose in 45 days. 45 days is roughly 3 sprints. If we are taking 2 weeks as a sprint. Okay. So in 1.5 months, I want this product, which is a website, and I want to have all the things from login to shipment tracking and everything. Okay. Now you can go back, okay, and discuss with the team how you will plan for sprint 1, sprint 2, and sprint 3. Okay. Sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, how early you can deliver me MVP, how you can do other things. So stage is up to you. I'll be on mute. I'll be stopping my video. So I'll give you some 15 minutes till 1 you can do. At 1, I'll see how you do it. And that's it. I'm not sure whether you can share your screen, but in case you can write down your things on your notepad or notebook, then that also you can speak later on.
Sure.
Thank you. Please continue. Huh? Yeah, please continue. You will start. I'll share this screen again. From here you will start. Okay. Or you will start from here, planning, then like this. Okay.
Okay, all right. So probably we'll start. So I think we have Vishal, right? So
Yeah.
Vishal is the Scrum Master, and then we have Chetna. We have Avinash. Swajit and Harshit, right? Okay, all right. So we'll go back to the functionality. So functionality wise, if we talk about our product backlog, we are talking about the key features. So I'll just categorize this and then probably we'll discuss. So one is the login functionality. So within login, we have like via mobile and then via email, right? And then we have add details like address. So this is something additional. So I'm just keeping it aside. And then we have product search. So search feature I'm just putting in, right? And then search basis 2 parameters. Then we have filter. Okay, so this also I'll keep under search now. Sort as well. And then the other thing is cart and wish list. So this I'm keeping under third category, cart and then wish list. And then is the payment features 1, 2, 3, 4, and then order and tracking. So payment, I'm just keeping it as the fourth pillar, fourth item, I would say, fourth feature. And then I'm keeping the order confirmation and tracking, right? So now over here we have like key functionality, if I say, so login, search, cart, payment, and confirmation, like final. So we have 5 key features, right? Now these 5 key features we have to deliver in 1.5 months, which is again like 6 weeks I'm just considering. And then let's say, I don't know if we can fix the sprint, this thing now, Harshdeep. So if we say that, okay, we'll go with 3 sprints, 2 weeks each, and then we decide on what we'll take in each, will that be okay? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, okay. So let's proceed with that then. So we have this first sprint. So we'll do the sprint planning activity. Okay. So now
Yeah.
that we know that we have login, search, cart, payment, and final confirmation and tracking. And then so I will have to kind of decide in terms of the priority first. And then probably Vishal, I will need your help in terms of how we can deliver and what we can deliver in the first sprint, right? So let's say I'll just set a priority stating that for me, let's say, so before I even set the priority, I think the feasibility in terms of, so I think it is a new e-commerce site, right? So I think the priority is then kind of there because login would be the first thing. Then would be the search, third would be the cart, fourth will be payment, and fifth will be confirmation and tracking. So I'm just keeping the priority like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for these, right? So Vishal, if you have to take, let's say, so these are the 5 priority items which I have set in. So one is the login, under which the 2 the sub features will be there. The second will be search, third is cart, fourth is payment, and fifth is confirmation and tracking. Yeah, so now you can go ahead with the sprint planning.
Yes. Yeah. Being here, as we got the presentation from product owner, we need to plan the upcoming sprints. We have 3 sprints. So let's plan for the first sprint, and in which you can call out like right from the log, right? Which one we need to do for the second. So we can plan how much for capacity. Like we have 3 developers here. So the capacity is full. Right now, we have capacity. So the estimation part and as well as the consideration of the features that we are going to complete for the first sprint, team can develop and call out. Here, like as we already know, we are self-organized and more like we can work, right? So those things can be called.
Vishal, we cannot hear you very clear. Your voice is very low to us. I hope it is same for all.
Yeah, in between, even I was finding it difficult to hear you out, Vishal.
Okay, let me change the headset. Meanwhile, development team can decide on the first sprint features, like how many.
So you mean the story point, right? So
Yeah, story points and
sizing. So I think so. We have Chetna, Avinash, Bishwajit, and Harshit. So I think while Vishal is away, so and he's getting his headset, so I'll help you with that activity. So can you come up with the login feature? So let's take the first one, right? So login via mobile, right? So in this, what is the sizing we can go ahead with?
So, Swati, first we need to prioritize, like if it is a login, right? So I think we need to first come up with a minimal thing, like that is the login via mobile number. Maybe we can
Okay.
add login via email in the second sprint, because first we need to achieve the MVP over here. That is my point of view.
Fine.
So login via mobile number, like for these, I think we need to have like there will be a UI, then middleware, and then backend, three parts. So for that, I think I can take over on that middleware and on the backend part. So I can do that. Maybe UI part, some of our other developer can take part of that. So, and for that middleware and backend, I think we need, yeah, sorry,
So,
Hardeep, go ahead.
sorry, yeah, you're doing well, like as a team. So, but there is a gap. I think the requirement is that you need to decide. There are 3 sprints. What will you do in each sprint? This sprint you will do this. Second sprint what you will do, and third sprint what you will do. So that you need to bifurcate. So these are the action items: 1 sprint, second sprint, and third sprint. But now there is a change from business. They have told you that yes, you can complete the full website in 3 sprints, but they want to launch this website live after 2 sprints. Okay, and this should be working end to end. Now you decide how you will prioritize the items in first, second, and third sprint. So this is the change. The change happens in Scrum. You need to welcome change and go back with the plan.
Right. Okay, fine, Harshdeep. So I think the priority has changed. So basically what we'll do is, so I think as Biswamit mentioned, so login via mobile will take in the first sprint, and login via email probably will push to the later sprints, considering in first 2 sprints or maybe the third sprint, because first 2 sprints we'll first focus in terms of the end-to-end functionality to be working, at least one happy path, right? So in that case, so login via mobile. So we have Biswamit, and then who can take up the front end part? So maybe one of you, I'll say that you are the front end person. So let's say Avinash, for example. I'm just putting the name. Now, what is the second feature which we can pick? So login via email, we are dropping now. Add details like address. So this is a small one, but still we will park it for now. We will first focus on what we can deliver in terms of like the key happy path, right? So I think product search.
I have a point over here, like Swati, like add details like address, it's kind of a profile creation, right? Whenever you log in via mobile, you need to add some address like shipping address. Other than that, I think maybe we can take it in the second sprint, but that should be under the E2E functionality. Maybe not edit or multiple address, maybe one address we need to add. That kind of functionality we need to give.
Correct. So in that case, I think so. Harsh, I think you have access to the screen, right? So if you can just put 1, 2, 3, which will like
Yes.
one is the sprint one.
What I'll do is I'll write 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And 1 I will mark as green. 2 I will mark with some other color. Maybe this one
Okay.
is okay, or yellow is okay.
Yeah. Anything is.
And
Yeah.
third one I will mark with this color. So
All
this
right.
is fine with you, no?
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So login via email, probably we'll put for 3 for now. Yeah. And then add details as Biswamit rightly said. So that probably will go in sprint 2. And product search and company. And until I think sort, these 4 probably will keep for sprint 3 for now. I mean, we'll come back to this later. Yeah. So now coming to cart now. So let's say address and login we have considered. Now cart functionality.
Swati,
Yeah.
Swati, I think at least we need to give a search page via name, because until and when you log into the e-commerce, first what do you need, customer what need. So at least via name search page we need to give.
Correct.
Maybe company sort via, we can do it in the third, but for the second sprint or maybe the first sprint, we need to give at least product search via name.
Okay. Fine, but then let's come back to see whether we will have the capacity, because
Capacity, yeah.
considering how much time cart and payment would take, right? Because just to see if we are able, whether we will be able to accommodate this. If we will be, certainly we will take it up in the first sprint itself, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, but then again, likely said, like as you mentioned, certainly it has to go in first 2 sprints, but we will just see whether it should go in sprint 1 or sprint 2, right? Okay, all right. So moving on with the cart functionality, cart and wish list, right? So who can pick this up? So we have Biswamit and Avinash working already on this functionality. So cart functionality, Chetna, would you be able to take it up? So let's say in that case, let's say Chetna takes cart functionality and wish list Harshit can take, right? So cart and wish list is like, wish list can be done later, right? Because that is some additional feature we are giving, right?
Yes.
We can target for the third iteration.
So cart, I think cart will take in the first sprint then, Harsh. And wish list for now we'll park. And then payments, I think all 4 functionality probably will have to have in the first 2 sprints.
Initially, we can start with the payments with card and COD option. Rest, net banking and UPI, we can do it in the later stage.
Right. So it may sprint 1 we'll keep card and payment via card and COD. And yeah, order and tracking. So this again, so considering the capacity in hand, so let's say, yeah, so now we'll have to see, let's say we have 2 weeks sprint, right? So in that case, we have, let's say 4 people. Now, how much time would login take? Like, can we do a sizing so that we know whether we can take order confirmation and tracking?
Hi Swati, I just connected with another headset so that I can take it from here.
Yeah, sure. So if you see Vishal,
Yeah,
so
thanks,
basically,
Vishal.
yeah, so
Thanks,
brief
Vishal. This is
one,
very clear. And you need to make sure like everybody is participating in your team. That also is your Scrum Master's responsibility.
Yeah, Hatip. So here, a team just we need to call out, and as well as we need to say like what we are comfortable on the first sprint. Already we discussed, right? We do have some capacity for a little amount of capacity for first sprint itself. We can add one more thing. It's a suggestion from my end, and we can also decide our for next sprint also, and we can have it at the sprint backlog for the next sprint. So I would request development team to come up with your opinions.
So we should, as per the requirement, we can take the order confirmation, the sprint 1, and tracking and shipment, we can go ahead with the sprint 2. So for sprint 1, we would have around 5 items where we can develop.
Great. So order confirmation and tracking, right? can we put it in green? Yeah, whoever have the access to change the color. Yeah. So team, what about the second sprint? Can we also include like address, wish list, and we do have the payments, UPI payment and net banking payment. All these comes under the second sprint.
Yes, we can consider the remaining items like wish list and remaining payment gateways, like payment, net banking, and UPI.
Okay, thanks for confirming.
Also, just wanted to add, since we are having 5 items in sprint 1 and also 5 items in sprint 3, we can take one item from sprint 1 into sprint 2 to make it 5 items.
Okay, okay. And this may differ according to the sizing we are going to do on the story pointings. Since because like some feature might not take more than a day or a day of two. So if we have some timeline to complete it in the first sprint itself, we can work on it, or else we can move those stories to the next sprint.
You can think that all are equal in terms of effort. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then we can move one feature to the next sprint.
So that you need to decide now and tell me.
Yeah, right now the capacity is something which is equivalent, right? We can move, but yeah, of course here Scrum Master can give suggestion, development team need to take a decision here. I can suggest the one that can be considered the later part of the sprint can be moved directly to the next sprint. I can suggest sorting can be moved. Sort via cost. I'm sorry. Payment, right? You can either consider on payment to move to get it moved, or order confirmation and tracking can be moved.
I would suggest order confirmation. We can keep it for the second sprint instead of first sprint.
Okay.
Rest we can manage, I guess.
Okay, yeah, this is a good work. Like this time is up, so I'll try to tell you what went well and what is not according to the rules of the game, the Scrum. Okay. First of all, because like most of you are working in software companies, you know what to do. So you have coordinated really well. You have the vision what to do and how to do things. You were able to differentiate the things. Okay, you were able to make the website work in a couple of weeks. I can see login is working, cart is working, order confirmation, everything is working within 2 sprints, which was the ask. However, there is a big understanding gap that who will confirm the priorities. It's not the team who will confirm the priorities. Team can only suggest. It's the PO, product owner Swati, who will confirm. So Vishal can suggest, Harshad can suggest, Swati you need to confirm. So in company, when you're working your organization, if there is some ambiguity, shoot up an email to product owner saying confirm this. Normally, it should not go via email because email might take some time. But if you need some written confirmation, that is the way. Otherwise, everything has to be done on the sprint planning exercise. And after that is done, you can either mention it as a minute of meeting in email, or you can mention that on the conference page. This is how it works in all the organization. Okay. In your question, PMP question paper, there will be questions who will prioritize. Then again, PO, it's not the team. The second point, okay, now you know that these many green items. Okay, I need to move one item. You mentioned cards. Now I'll try to move this to second. Okay, suppose you have equally distributed the work in each sprint. So green is 5, this magenta is 5, and yellow is 5. Okay. Now product owner has given you that these items will go in first sprint. After that, these 5 items become your sprint backlog. This complete list was your product backlog. These green items become your sprint backlog for first sprint. Okay. Although now Swati can prioritize these items. Okay. But which item, which person will pick? This is dependent on the team. This Swati will not decide who will work on each item. This is self-organizing team. So the team will decide. Second point, here the team has a say in deciding the priorities. In the sprint backlog, the team has some say in deciding the priorities. I'm saying some say. Why? In sprint backlog, not product backlog, sprint backlog. Because there might be some dependencies also. Internal dependencies, other things. Because team is cross-functional, self-sufficient, this thing. So they can say, okay, we will pick this, we will pick that, and in couple of weeks we will deliver. Now Swati cannot say that this is a 2 weeks duration. In first week you deliver this, in second week you deliver that. In those 2 weeks, nobody will come and disturb the team. Team will work. But of course, Swati and other people can join that daily stand-up and see where we are. Are we progressing as per our commitment? Are we progressing or not? Whether we'll be able to finish on time or not. But she cannot say that, okay, deliver me this right now, deliver me that right now. Sprint is a sprint. Okay. Getting my point?
Yeah.
There is no micromanagement. Although in few companies, few organizations, this thing is happening. I'm telling you, this thing is happening. Okay, there will be pressure on PO and especially Scrum Master to protect their team. People will be reaching out to each developer to say, okay, deliver this fast. We know that sprint will end on this Friday, but we want this product. Can you deliver this product on Tuesday? So this is where we need to protect the team. Okay. And you have done a great job. Yeah. Now we will do other activities. Okay. So the other activities are after first sprint, you have delivered these items like adding green items. And I am the stakeholder. Okay. I am there with you. I might not be there in the sprint review, on which we are reviewing the product. Only the product owner Swati might be there, but consider that I am there, stakeholder. So now in review, Swati will tell me. Swati is the one who will say that, okay, my team has developed this, and she is kind of presenting to me. When I say presenting, it doesn't mean that she'll be sharing the screen. But what she will be saying that these items were prioritized and these are delivered. It might be Harshit who has developed, then Harshit will be sharing his screen. Swati will be saying that we have built this, we have built this. So she is the one who will be presenting it to the stakeholder in the review. This complete team, including PO, is a Scrum team. Okay. And you collectively own the responsibility or ownership of the product. But prioritization and everything is Swati. Swati is the one who will be running the sprint planning also, because she has to take the decision. Vishal is the facilitator. Everybody else is responsible for giving the inputs. But accountability is one person. Like as you have heard about, no, there is only one person accountable for an activity in PMP. Accountability cannot be shared. So accountability is with PO. Everybody is responsible, equally responsible to share insights. So now Swati presents this to the stakeholder, who is me. I say yes, very well done. Okay, this is going good. And then I say, okay, now I have one more ask, that we need to take feedback from customers. Okay, there is one more requirement which is coming up. Okay, because your pace is really good and there is a constant ask about this. Other websites are also giving this feature. We need to give this feedback feature. Okay. So I'll go back to you and tell you, okay, if you can maybe try to include this during our launch, and our launch is after second sprint. So see, again, this is going back to the same cycle, that we have a mindset of delivering fast, delivering the value fast, and adopting to the change with interactions. So we are interacting a lot. There is no design part, like right now we are designing, then we will be developing, and it's not going waterfall. We are adopting also. Okay. So now you can discuss what will happen with this, whether you will be able to deliver. If you are not able to deliver this feedback inside this, then you need to tell me why. If you are able to deliver this, but you think that some feature, some other feature we might have to drop or might have to shift to sprint 3, which feature you will shift. Okay, that you can discuss. I'll give you like a couple of minutes to discuss on this.
Okay, all right. So I'll take over. So Vishal and team, basically we had the demo, and now looks like the business stakeholders are looking forward to having this feedback feature as well as part of the first launch, which is in like by end of sprint 2. So can we accommodate this feature as well?
Here, we already have a plan for the second sprint. I would request a development team on the capacity purpose, right? We have the same applicable for all the features. We can include, but something that we need to drop for the next sprint. So that I am leaving it to the development team, which one we can move to the next sprint. Since we need feedback feature in the second sprint.
So shall we reprioritize, or are we able to accommodate?
Yeah, we can reprioritize. That's what I'm asking for the help from the development team as well. You got it right. I'm requesting team to come up with an idea on adding the feedback and moving some other feature to next sprint, third sprint.
All right. Yeah, you can let me know.
Yeah.
So, Vishal, what I would suggest, we can reprioritize the payment via net banking for the next sprint, and we can take the feedback feature within this second sprint.
Okay, time's up. So this is how it happens. Okay, Vishal. So as a Scrum Master, okay, it is your duty to facilitate and make sure that everybody is speaking and we are moving towards a conclusion, towards a decision. If somebody is not speaking, you can say, okay, Biswajit, what is your input on this? This is how you need to do.
Okay, I didn't call out the name. Okay, let me.
No worries, no worries. But you need to make sure that we are moving towards a decision. In 2
Okay.
minutes, if like I know the time is really small, but this is how you need to do.
Okay.
Okay, great work, team. At least you agreed upon that we have a limited capacity, 5 items, and if we take this, we will drop something that ultimately team will suggest, and the decision will be Swati's. After this, there is a retrospective, and retrospective doesn't speak about the product. Okay, retrospective speaks about the processes, like the coordination in the team, which like what went well and what can be improved. So what will you do is you will discuss. Suppose after first sprint you have taken 5 items. Out of those five items, you could not deliver this one. This read one you could not deliver. Tracking shipment. Okay. Now you need to discuss why you could not deliver this. Was there some issue, like we missed some timelines or communication issue? Okay. This is our output. The output is measured in velocity. This is our velocity. Going by this velocity, we'll be able to complete within 3 sprint time or not. That also we need to communicate with the PO. This is what happens over there. Okay.
Okay.
Now I will go forward. But great job. Really great job. Like first time you are doing it, maybe you are like most of you are in IT companies, so that is why you figured it out. But ideally, this is the way it should be done. Great. You all have a mindset, like product mindset and project mindset. Okay. I'll also tell you the difference between both of those if you have any doubt. So this is what we discussed. Iteration 0 to iteration H. Earlier planning roadmaps we are making over here. H is we are stabilizing just before the release. We are not pushing any code. Okay. Okay. Daily Scrum, daily meeting, which we are having for 15 minutes. We are discussing what we did yesterday, what I will do today, and is there any blocker or something. Okay. I need something to develop or something is stopping me. Okay. This is 15 minutes, fixed duration, regardless of the duration of the sprint, whether it is 1 week or whether it is 1 month, it will remain 15. So second is review. Review is when we are reviewing the product, the website which we made. So this is 1 hour for 1 week sprint. Okay. And if the sprint is max, it can go to 1 month. If it is 4 week sprint, then it will become 4 hours. Got it? There might be straightforward question on this, but likelihood is less. But you need to make sure that the sprint doesn't, in question paper, the timings are sacrosanct. Okay? It does not cross 4 hours. Then retrospective also. For 1 week sprint, it is 45 minutes. For 2 week, it will be 1.5 minutes. Okay. And for 4 week sprint, maximum a sprint can go is 4 weeks and minimum is 1 week. So from 1 week to 4 week sprint can go, the retrospective will go from 45 minutes to 3 hours. So you need to remember these timeline. In company, they do not sacrosanctly follow this, but in exam, some question might come on this. Okay. This is known as time boxing. Whatever we discussed, this is known as time boxing. Because if you time box this activity, you will get time to develop the software. Okay. If you're elongating your meetings, you will eat up your development time. Okay. Now we had discussed these previously. What I will do is, I'll not discuss this. No, not today, not today, not today. This we did. Not today, not today. There is a estimation which we will do today. Okay. Estimation means there is a feature. There is a feature or a user story. Now you wanted to know like how much time will it take or how much effort will it take. So we are kind of estimating it. Okay. Do you want to do it today or do you want to take Q&A because hardly 14 minutes are left? We can take it tomorrow also. It's up to the team.
We can take it next day if all are okay then.
Okay. Great. So I'm open for question answer now. Whatever your question answer are there, doubts are there related to this simulation activity or whatever we have studied till now, or maybe between waterfall, agile, anything, or related to exams also, you can ask me.
So how many questions do we receive from Agile into PMP?
So this is scenario based. Normally 50% of the scenarios cover either software agile related questions. Not direct, even if it is not directly agile, they might say it is hybrid. So in hybrid, make sure that agile element is coming into mind.
Okay. So that is
50% will be there, definitely. From
Right.
last 2 years, I'm seeing that 50% is there.
So that is from Agile or from Safe Agile as well.
Safe agile, they will not ask. Safe agile will not ask. I will tell you what is safe agile. That is a more complex term, but the values of agile are same. Like they also are followed over there.
Okay.
Any other question? Okay, now let me ask you a couple of questions. I'll give you a couple of scenarios. So Swati was product owner. Okay. However, Swati is also working with other team. Okay. One more team Swati is working with. And she is working on this team also. Now Swati tells us that, sorry, I will not be able to devote much of my time over here in this team. So what I will do is I will hire one more person who is Hardeep. Okay. Consider that now I'm not there as a stakeholder, or maybe Hirdesh is there. Sorry. Consider this. I will hire one more person, Hirdesh. So what Hirdesh will do is Hirdesh will be your product owner for day-to-day meetings, but I am there. Okay. As the main product owner who will be taking decisions. Okay. Now, how will you work or how will you react to this situation? If you have a conflict or something, what will you do?
First, reach out to the concern is with the setup or the concern is with the PO who is newly appointed?
No. The concern is the team. Like, how will you react to this kind of situation? When Swati is saying, although Swati herself has given this question, no doubt, but she is saying that I am, like, my time is divided between two teams. Okay. Now, because of scarcity of time, I am bringing in Hirdesh, who will be looking after this team. I will also be there. Now, there should be some reaction, because what will happen down the line is Hirdesh has told you that, okay, take this item in sprint 1. You have taken. Now Swati will come back during the sprint. She'll say, hey, why are you taking this? Remove this and take the other item during the sprint. What will be your reaction? Understanding my point now? Or should I give some example?
Yeah,
From
it's
the
clear.
simulation.
So basically, the way the team has to react is that they should raise not a concern, but then rather a clarity in terms of how much percentage of availability still would be there if in case there are some decision making to be done. That's one. The second would be whether the proper handover has happened or not, and it would be advisable to have a common call before, like, or once the new person takes over, wherein again the team can go through the prioritization or the scoping or the backlog, I would say. I mean, review of the backlog, the current backlog along with the prioritization which is there, and then ask the newly appointed PO that if they are okay with what they see, or if anything which is still pending with the new PO. I mean, that conversation has to happen, but the team has to, or the Scrum Master has to upfront call out in terms of these are the things probably team is asking for or looking for, and these are the things should be there in place before the other person takes over.
Yeah. So I'll try to elaborate the situation. Okay, why I asked this question is because this is the way they will ask. Okay, in the exam, they'll give you some kind of a scenario, and they will give you some kind of a conflict. What will you do now? So over here, try to remember that PO job cannot be shared. There has to be only one PO, and there has to be only one Scrum Master. Scrum Master can be shared between teams, but in one team there cannot be two Scrum Master, or in one team there cannot be two PO. Why this is important is because there will be conflict of interest. So Swati might decide that these green items will go in first sprint, and Hirdesh might say, okay, no, the cart will not go and this wish list will go, or something else. Okay? That is why there is only one product owner to have one goal of the sprint. Got it? There will be no conflicts. So in all those four options, there will be one option that this is a kind of a impractical, or this is not as per Agile. There has to be only one PO. Got it? Getting my point?
Yeah.
Now, any questions coming into your mind? It might be practical question from your company as well.
Okay, so basically what we're saying is that at one given point there has to be one PO only.
Yes.
And the decision making of that, whoever is newly appointed, should be the final thing.
Yes. That one person has to make decision.
Is this the not a like it's an ideal scenario, right? But in a practical project life, like in my organization, we are handling with the CRM, Viva CRM part. So we have a group of people who actually work as a product owners. Maybe there is a one lead who is taking all the decision and all, but there are 2 or 3 product owners who is working together and taking all those decisions. So it may happen someday that main lead product owner is not joining the call, or in the some backlog call he is not there. Maybe he is taking that is taken care by some other product owner. But at the end of the day, what we are discussing is, okay, maybe if there is any concern or the flag, then that product owner is saying, okay, we'll discuss among ourselves, all the other product owners, and we will get back to you on the clarification and whatever you need. So that is the practical that we are facing every sprint that is happening. So
yeah. So what you have mentioned, this I was expecting a question from all of you. Okay, but I'm thankful that Vishwajit, you have shared this scenario. What happens is this team might work on 2 different things. Okay, 2 different application, 2 different features. This may happen. Okay, that this is an e-commerce thing, and they might be working on some other thing. Okay, for some other part, there might be a product owner. Okay. So you can consider this as a different team working for a different product. this team is a different team working for a different product because the team member is different. What is a team? Team is nothing but a group of people working for a common goal. So this group changes. When this group changes, PO changes, then team changes and the goal changes. So your PO changes and his feature changes. That means this is a different team. With me? Okay. So this team might be working in a pharmaceutical company, might be working on this medicine, and this is the product owner who is giving input. And members from the same team, they are working to develop some other medicine also, but the product owner is different. Then this becomes a different team because their goal as well as their product owner is different. Although member are same. Getting my point? But in company scenario, but if you see this kind of hierarchy or something, and there is some ambiguity, better to shoot an email. Be on safer side, shoot an email. Please confirm the priorities, or please agree if you are agreeing with the priorities or minutes of meeting, those kind of things.
To the dedicated product owner who is for that team particularly assigned.
Any other questions? So we have discussed this thing, everything. What I did not discuss, let me see. After we discuss everything. So in case you have any questions, you can share in the chat as well, or you can park it with you tomorrow morning. Oh, sorry, not tomorrow, next week, Saturday or Sunday. We will go through what we discussed and then we'll take up your questions. Then we will do simulation of estimation and other items. I'll try to bring few of the PMP questions which were asked in the exam, and we can discuss that also. Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Swati, Vishwajit.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you so much.